This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, so it is already 6:35, October the 3rd, 2024, and we are going to start our board meeting. Our president, Sherry, is still not online, so as soon as she's get in, she will be filling her the role. So thank you so much for Dr. Plenty and AP Fernandez to be here. It's a great pleasure to have you in around our school. And so yeah, welcome. So I don't know if you want to, some of you want to introduce yourself or something like this before we move forward. We can start with Dr. Plenty and then we can give the turn to AP.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. And for those who are going to watch the recording, good evening. I hope I get to meet you in person soon. I am Dr. Shanora Plenty. I am a principal in residence here in DC Public Schools, but I'm a native Washingtonian. I've been a student, a teacher, instructional coach, and principal all in DC Public Schools. I've also done some work in Compton and Boston Unified School Districts. It is such a pleasure to be supporting Cap Hill and while Principal A is out, and we're looking forward to her returning soon. I know the students miss her. They asked me the other day, is she coming? When is she coming back? I said, I don't have the answer to that, but I know that you're in good hands until she does, and I'm sure that she'll be back soon. And so I say that to the parents as well, that it is my pleasure to serve and support Capitol Hill Montessori until she does return. I have had an opportunity to now visit every single classroom at least once in the last 4 days. I've had an opportunity to see and meet students in the upper grades at lunch. So I've spent some time in all of the upper grades lunches. And I'm just really excited to see the joy in the classrooms. I'm not officially Montessori trained, but I do have an early childhood background and a former DCPS early childhood teacher as well. So it's been really great to just dive in and already start to learn more about Montessori and the way that you all do things here at Capitol Hill Montessori. It's just really great to see the joy and the positivity in the building. And so I'm excited to lean in to support. So please feel free, as I told the teachers in the staff huddle on Monday, I have an open door policy, pretty responsive to emails. You'll get an email back from me within 24 to 48 hours, but you also can drop in and just say, hey, I'm here to see Dr. P. I would love for the PTO exec board to schedule some time since I cannot stay on today's call. We can definitely make time early next week with AP Fernandez and I to discuss any other outstanding business that I was not able to address today. Happy to do that. And I can't promise you that I'll have all the answers because who wants to have all the answers? No one, right? But what I can promise is that I'm going to be student-centered, that I'm going to be committed to making sure that your students are safe every day and they do have a positive learning experience. That's what I can guarantee that I'm committed to, and that teachers feel that they have a voice and they're supported as well as to the best of my ability is what I'm committed to. And I'm super excited and honored that I can step in the absence of Principal Adusham. So I will definitely, to your point, Miss Stacy, lean in and answer any questions that you all might have. And, I can't answer in the moment what you all can do because I already think that you're doing great things at the school. And so I don't have any feedback on day 4, but I definitely will be sure to, share any feedback ongoingly while I am present at Capitol Hill. And so it's just a pleasure to meet everybody. And I will pause there to see if there are any specific questions not related to Principal Adusham's leave, because again, I don't have answers for that.
No worries. We're not going to go through. We have so much things to plan, to prepare, that we have more questions about that stuff more. Thank you so much, Dr. Plain.
I think there was a hand raised, Miss Sheree. Or
Sheree,
I was just talking. Hi, sorry. Hi. Hi. I've not gotten to officially meet you, so this will be our Zoom meeting for now. I am the president this year. I have 2 daughters at CHML, so I look forward to meeting you in person. And I'm sorry for my delay. I was actually on the phone with the accountant, which is part of our agenda today as well. So that delayed me joining the group. But no, I was just applauding what you were saying. Applauding what you're saying.
Oh, no worries. And we know everyone is super busy. So please
Yeah.
feel free to schedule some time for the exec board to meet with AP Fernandez and I, since we both cannot stay tonight for the meeting.
That's perfect. Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely. I am parent friendly. I believe that parents are partners. So please feel free. You can take my cell phone, my email. I'm pretty accessible. And I will definitely follow back up with you. So if you want to take my cell phone, it's 202
What?
684.
Rose, can you go on mute? Maria,
I am ready. 202-684.
5036. And I want to pronounce your name right, Miss Cherie.
Cherie.
If you want to schedule a time or email me, we can definitely do that for sure.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
So, AP Fernandez, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to be here as well. I am AP Fernandez, and while I have not been on the job only 4 days, it's only been 9 days. I started on September 23rd, so just last Monday. I'm excited to be joining DCPS, but also joining Cap Hill Montessori. I have been working originally with Principal Duchamp, getting in and getting onboarded and getting everything. So very excited to join the community. And she has shared so many great things about Cap Hill Montessori. So excited to do that. A little bit of my background. I am not a native Washingtonian, but rather I come from all the way down south in South Florida. I was born and raised in Miami, actually, and I went to the University of Miami. So big football fan, but I have 3 little girls. They attend school in my neighborhood. I am coming to you from the private sector of schools, and I actually have been a principal for about 9 years. I would have entered into my 10th year if I had stayed a principal, but I'm joining Cap Hill as the assistant principal and very excited to get my feet wet into DCPS and get to learn more about the systems, the school, and really get my feet wet with Montessori. I've already learned so much about Montessori and see it as almost in a little jealous way that I wish my kids had some Montessori ECE experience as well. So they are lovely. They're all 3 girls. So I have a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So they keep me pretty busy in the evenings when I get back from work. And so it's been a pleasure to get to work, to meet all of the students. I'm learning all their names. I'll probably tell you, I asked them 3 or 4 times just so that I can get their names. Learning all the staff. I've had the ability to go in. I actually went in last week to all the classrooms and just welcomed everybody and shared who I was so that they had an idea of who I was and get a sense of that. So I did that last week, as well as just spending time in the hallways, getting to know everybody, learning processes and procedures, and getting to know kind of the Cap Hill way, as they like to say. So I'm excited to be a part of it. I have a lot of experience, what we called HSA, so Home and School Association, so no different than the PTSO. So excited to share any kind of feedback that I might have and join you as we take this journey together with your children.
Thank you. Before you go, there's like a lot of the events that are coming, and that we can talk to you later. But I think it will be good for before you leave, because there are like several things in the agenda that I think it will be important for your input as soon as possible. So the first one, I think it is from LSAT. I don't know, Sherry, if you, because Ms. Kaufman emailed us, both of us, about LSAT, and personally, I have no idea how actually that go to. So I don't know if Sherry or somebody can help us do the LSAT thing, because we don't have any representative in the PTSO, so I don't know.
I'm on LSAT, but LSAT hasn't met this year, so I don't.
Yeah, we have not. I think we're gonna meet, and I'm so sorry. I'm really multitasking right now. I think we're gonna have to have a separate meeting regarding LSAT.
Okay.
What happened?
Okay, that's I think that's to put it in the table that we actually need to go through the LSAT, because we haven't had anything doing. So I think it's important to put it like in a note. And also there's like the taxes updated, but I think that we can discuss later. And well, the field trip and the picture day, the fall festival. I don't know if in the school we have been trying for last year because we don't have a much budget. The last school year we have actually not a good numbers, so we were trying to save money as much as we can. We were doing a lot of things, I don't know if you see, but we each Monday we do the coffee Mondays. That's why you saw me that day giving scones, because we always do like on Mondays donuts and coffees, so make more community and to raise money. And so for Fall Festival, we were doing on Friday. And the reason is that we can use the school because it's already the staff there. So that also we have to.
I'm going to jump in there, specifically the custodial staff and the security staff. So that is why we moved it to a Friday. Yes, go ahead, Maria.
So yes, exactly. So that's just to put you on, it's going to be October 25. So that's is going to be around that time, and that's the reason behind why we're gonna do it on the when the custodians are there, so we can save money regarding to that stuff. And I don't know, Sherry, if you or somebody else from PTCO that wanted to say something before that bring the attention to them before they leave.
I have one quick thing. So we are having our online auction right now, and I can talk more about it later, but there were a few items that PA Principal Duchem had discussed being able to do, and one was principal for the day. The other was lunch with PA. The other was morning announcement maker, and then breakfast with PA. I just wanted to see if she's not back by the time we close the auction at the end of October 25th, if one of you would be willing to
Yes,
step.
yes, and yes.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. Just
Of course.
Good. Okay. All right, Dr. P. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, should we tell her that actually we have a dunk tank for the?
No, we're not doing the dunk tank. I'll get to that.
I was just kidding.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that one, but all the other ones, absolutely.
Okay. If you have any other ideas where we are taking more, we're continuously adding things in there. So if there's anything else that you really like to do with children that you want us to put in these auctions, that would be lovely.
I can certainly think about that. And then when we meet next week, I probably will have some more ideas for sure.
Okay. Yep. AP, does that also goes for you as well?
Absolutely.
And I have one question. And we were when I say we, it's mostly me, for the Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. We actually trying, still we haven't, because I am working with Miss Avedra about to find somebody who can do a dance or something to demonstrate a little bit about Hispanic culture. So far, I think if Monica is around here, can correct me, I think we haven't had anybody who stepped in. I don't know if somebody knows somebody who can help us to celebrate, thinking after school, the 9th after school, maybe we can have a table with chips, hot salsa, just salsa, it's not gonna be hot, to share to the people for free. I don't know if somebody knows somebody who can do a show or something like that. Monica, hola.
If we could do a mariachi band for the kids, it would be so cool.
Do we have a budget or somehow like some? The persons that I'm trying to find, they just need like a ride or somehow to get to DC.
Okay.
So it's just that probably. Yeah.
Okay, Renee?
Is she on?
Oh, yeah, she's on.
Okay.
She's there, but she's in silence. Well, we will see.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So I think if I get a little more understanding of what we're doing with the International Day, I think we can use a little budget from there, but I don't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we can squeeze it somewhere. Do we know how much?
Not yet, but I was just wondering if I could keep going and searching for that person that might be able to send in a couple of dancers, but they just require like the transportation. So I will find out probably tomorrow. Okay.
So if it's, I think it's only for transportation. I think
Mhm.
it won't be like too much money.
Yeah.
And the chips, we have chips on in the PTSO closet that I just saw a bag, and also we have dips. So I don't think that will be much. And I can ask for donation to the parents. So maybe the only thing that we might spend will be the Ubers. So yeah, I don't know. AP Fernandez, do you know somebody? Or do you know how to dance?
I'm not going to answer that question because you'll then sign me up. No, I don't know. I think there might be, I think I know there's a local high school, but I'm not 100% sure if they still have, they used to have a Latin dance team, but I'm not 100% sure. I can look into it and I'll shoot you an email with my answer.
Okay. So just Dr. Plenty, for you, it's okay that at the end of that day, we can put some tables under the tent and then just spread the love. It's okay for you?
Initially, yes, but if you could send me all the details
Yeah.
so that I'm just clear on logistics and everything, and when we meet next week, we can definitely finalize all the details. I don't want to speak prematurely, but I'm sure once we get all the logistics and everything together, it can be approved. But we just have to make sure that we document all of our events after school and make sure the logistics are in place.
We haven't told nothing to the community, so in case that doesn't happen, it will be fine.
If you could send me the information and when we meet on Monday or Tuesday, we can finalize before we share it with the community. Yeah, sounds good. I do have to hop off, but it was a pleasure meeting everyone, and I look forward to working collaboratively with you for the next couple of weeks or however long I'm at Cap Hill, and I look forward to meeting with the executive board early next week. Okay. Have a good rest of the evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
AP Fernandez, also when it's time to go.
Yes, I'll let you know. I have about 5 more minutes.
Okay, awesome. So if everybody's okay, we can start like in our regular agenda. Alpha?
I wanted to ask first if Cherie had information from the accountant that would be valuable to share before AP Fernandez hops off.
Yes, I do. So, and I'm really sorry, y'all. I'm going to come off of video because I'm out here dealing with my dogs. So you'll hear me, but you won't see me.
Okay.
So Renee and I had a call with the accountant yesterday, and the good news is everything has been filed, and all it's waiting for now is for me. I have to sign it, so I got those in email. I'm just gonna print those out, sign it, and then we will be all done with that. So that is a huge weight off of our shoulders right now. The one issue that we did come across, and Renee, you can help me with explaining this, is that we lost, as you all know, our 501(c) was revoked last calendar year, and that resulted in just a lot of issues that we don't really need to go into right now. But yesterday, he filed for a new EIN for us and new exemption credit. And so that is in process already. And so we hope to get that in the next few days. Had we not done it this way, it was going to take another 15 months for us to have our old EIN number reinstated. And so we could not chance that. So we chose this option as the best option so that we could get it as soon as possible. So with that said, as soon as we get it, we will let you all know, but we are, it's gonna have the same name, it's just a new number, but we will be back in our 501(c) status, hopefully this month.
Yay!
I don't think that it takes that long. And like I said, it went in yesterday. We got confirmation that it was submitted yesterday. And confirmation of all of the past years having been submitted. So that has been really good. I do not believe that he charged us any extra. There was like a balance from some of the other things that he had to do. Renee, correct me if I'm wrong here. And then there was the additional fee of having to do this new one, but it actually worked out to be a little bit cheaper if we had done it the other way. So we have really been working hard on this, as you all know, and I'm just really happy that we're coming to the end of that road. And my hope and my prayer for PTSO is that we never have to go through this again. We actually ended up finding out that this is not the first time that this was an issue. So we are planning to do, Renee and I spoke about this yesterday, and we need to speak about this more as an entire team, but just a succession plan moving forward for the future boards so that we don't have this issue again. We don't have any lag, we don't have any delays in anything. But I think that is my major update right now. Renee, did you have anything to add to that?
No, ma'am, you knocked it out. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, so that was a major thing I wanted to talk about today because we were really excited about this yesterday. And this is great news for the auction and for the donations. I know it, Giving Tuesday is coming up next month, and I know a lot of companies tend to do that matching. So this is really, 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 really good news. And I'm looking forward to what that means as far as our status moving forward.
Yeah, that means that we will be able to give more to the teachers. We will be able more to give to the community, and that's amazing. And we can do more in the school. So that's such a great news. Thank you so much, Renee and Cherie and Meredith, because I know there's like a lot of work. Yes, Amanda.
Good evening. Just so, Cherie, can we from this evening on, if we have conversations regarding donations or sponsorship, say that, or do you want us to wait a few
You trying
days?
to get us in trouble, Amanda? Don't you
I
dare!
know. I'm so excited.
Give us a few days.
I just want to give us a couple
Hold
more
your mule,
days
girl.
to make.
Couple more
Hold your
days.
I just want to give us a couple more days
Got you.
to
Please.
make sure that it goes through
Yes.
and that whoever checks, wherever they check, it is clear, like
It's clear.
100%, no
Got you.
question.
No worries.
The other thing is that I wanted to make note of too is it is a new EIN number, so therefore that's what we're gonna have to give to people.
Okay.
So we can't use the old Renee. The old one was a 4-5. It was a number starting in 4-5, ending in 8. That
4,
one
6,
is
4, 5, and 5-2 are no good, and we will make
Yes.
sure that this goes out. And
Yes.
that also means we have to backfill, right? So anyway, we have presented this number, we have to go back and give the updated letter, the updated and the updated number, so that we're gonna go back to the bank, make sure that's
Yes.
transferred, all of our apps.
Thank you.
And then that means that there's possible. Please hold. I don't know if this will work, but it's possible that with the new EIN, I don't know what our fees will look like in our mobile apps. So in the financial apps, so we'll see. I don't know yet, but fingers crossed that there's some good, downflow on that.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
I
good
have
news.
one. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I've
ahead,
got
sis.
one last question on that. So we've got over 170 companies donating to this auction, and not all of them are asking for an EIN, but some of them have been. And I've given them a number, but I think they actually need receipts of some sort.
Okay.
It's what.
So I did ask the accountant about this, and I explained
Yeah.
that we have the auction and we have a lot of people who are donating. He said to just give them the new EIN number. Now,
Yes.
I don't know. Now, I will let you all know I am I'm a complete novice when it comes to this IRS and EIN. Thank you so much, AP. We will definitely be in touch. Yes.
So Cherie, we pretty much
Yeah.
just need our PTSO letterhead,
Yeah.
writing
Yes.
with our EIN, writing a letter
With the new
of
one.
the name of the
Yes.
company, what our EIN is, so when they actually do their
Yes.
taxes, they have that. So that's the only
Yes.
process. I think I put that in the WhatsApp. But all we need is the letterhead, our new
Yes.
EIN, and that is a receipt.
Yes. So
Okay, do I
Stacy,
need to
don't
put
give
the?
out any other numbers right now.
No, but
I
you need to
won't.
put the
We'll work
amount
with
on the
anyone.
receipt.
I do need to put the amount on the
Yes.
receipt. So that means I need to
Yes.
generate
You
all
always
these receipts.
you always have to state the amount. Yes, ma'am. You always have to
Yes.
state the amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
If anybody has or sees one like for a template or whatever that I can use, I'll probably just mail merge it and just send everybody.
Yeah, we have a template because we've done that before, especially when we did Lufa Logan. There was always so it was like a Excel. You exported it into, I think it was like a mail merge, and you put you put everybody's information and then you have how much they put in. So we can mail merge the letters. There's ways of doing it, but you always have the organization letterhead, our EIN address, our officers, the organization that has donated to us, and the amounts within that year, and that is
Okay.
considered a receipt.
Okay. All
And
right.
we have
Yeah.
a
If you could,
template for PTSO.
that would be perfect. And then at the end of the auction, I think I'm going to get some sort of printout from the bidding website so I can just merge those in if you have that template. Thank you.
Perfect. Yep. No problem.
So I'm going to start with I'm going to continue with the agenda that we have on site. So tomorrow is a field trip, and it's going to be the lower L's and the upper L's. And I think it's only Miss Saavedra that is here. And maybe you can tell us a little bit what's going to be about and how we can help or something like this.
Hi. Yes, so we have, I couldn't open my computer, but we're leaving at 9:30. It's an hour. We can meet with the parents over there. Parents cannot ride with us. So yes, it's lower L and upper L. So it's about, I think I saw the numbers that Mr. Wen just emailed, but I don't know if I log out from here, I will disconnect. That's why I haven't. So we're getting there at 10:30 at the farm, at the Green Meadows Petting Farm. We're going to be watching like some animals, petting them, feeding them. There's a hay ride, there's a pig race, a farm play area, a lunch area. So we originally asked for students that how many school lunches they would need. So that's all covered. So we only needed those $13 per person, which I think most of them are covered. And I guess Mr. Wen was just doing the final calling parents for like the few of them that needed to be paid, and I think that's it. And we have extra chaperones because, for example, in my classroom I haven't heard from anyone chaperoning my 28 students. So Mr. Wen took more staff from somewhere else. I need to see my email just to see where, but I think we're covered. And so let me check the numbers, and meanwhile you can, is that everything cleared? Yeah, are you good? We're coming back at.
Does the kids have to bring some water bottles, or so only water bottle? What does the kids can because I didn't see if the kids have to bring their backpacks or lunch or water.
They each we had to head count to ask them about the lunch. So most of them are bringing home lunch, and for the ones that were not gonna have home lunch, we asked the school to provide school lunches. So that's covered. But that's a good question about the water bottles, because sometimes children bring their water bottles but sometimes don't. So I think it'll be, I don't know if Mr. Wen is considering getting water bottles.
Yeah, I think it would be good if we emailed the community to say, hey, bring just like the water bottles, but not their water bottles, like just water in case that they lost it or something like this, because
and they're not supposed to bring backpacks or anything, just themselves and their lunch.
So it will be better if they don't bring their own lunch, or it would be better if they bring their own school lunch?
Their own, but with like disposable, not like their heavy one, like their
paper bag
bags. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anything else that I need to cover?
I don't know. Does somebody else has any questions? No. Thank you. And so the next activity will be Picture Day. I know that we have a lot of reminders, and then also from our backpacks and our kids have and I will, as a PTSO, are gonna send a lot of information and remind that we will have the Picture Day. And I have a question for the teachers that are here. So we're wondering, in case that you want it, you can say no or you can say yes. If you can share your pictures when you were little and we can put it for the kids, and they can see and they can guess who was this kid when they were little, just to make a little bit more fun picture day. So if you can bring into your the person lower L, upper L, and primary to see if, and middle school, if the teachers want to share the pictures when they were kids, it will be cute and fun idea. It's just an idea. You can say no, but it will be fun if you say yes.
Just some clarity. So this is Mr. Steinberg. You I love the idea. Are you just saying you just want teachers to bring in a kid picture from when they were little and share it with the kids during picture day?
No, we were thinking to put like, where the Hispanic bulletin board that is there. We can maybe put the photos there, and then we can say, guess who was this, and we can put like a flip off, or it can be like a photo scan photo, and we just print it in color, and that way we can see everybody in. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a cute idea. I think it'd be really nice. So if you guys are willing to put that together, you just tell us the email you want teachers to send a picture to you.
Awesome.
And, even if only a handful do it, I think that's a really cute idea.
Thank you. Ms. Ford, what are your thoughts?
I think
I think that's a great idea. I can let the team know about that and the assistants as well, so they can join in.
Yeah, well, in case that they can join in, it will be good. Alpha?
I think it would be a great idea if the teachers did it based upon the age of the kids that they teach. So like for Ms. Ford, it would be like the primary, when she was in like the age of the primary kids. For Mr. Steinberg, it would be middle school. So that way it's sort of the picture of you as a teacher and the age of the kids that you're teaching. I think that would be the coolest option of all of them, just so that way they see you as at the same age that they are now.
Well, I love that idea. That's very sweet.
Where is this board located exactly?
Where is it? What?
On the wall, like right past the security desk when you walk in the main door. It's on the wall straight ahead of you.
Yeah, it is where the where the PTSO closet around it is.
Oh, okay, like right in
So
front of the
right by
security
that
desk.
elevator. Yeah, right by the elevator that goes downstairs.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to make a suggestion about that space. When we displayed the Hispanic heritage thing that Maria and I made, I think we should get like a real bulletin board, so that there's like a little frame, and that things are going to be happening every so that it has a place, not like just, and our paper has been falling down and it's not like, so it'll be nice if the PTSO has a space and to display whatever, like all these great ideas.
That's a good idea. And I will talk to Dr. Plenty and see that we can have one of those. And then, so then we can put all the information that maybe it will be more seeable. Seeable? No, that's not a word. Like we can see more. Más vistoso. How do you say, Ms. Monica?
Stable?
Yeah, displayed.
Permanent?
Yeah,
no, that visible. That's
visible. Yeah, visible. Yeah.
Sorry, I think that's a good idea because sometimes sorry. I think the board is a good idea because sometimes the teachers don't know what's going on, right? And then so that they can see on the board, this is coming up and that. So
yeah, we can put it to ask for a bulletin board there. And
just a little plug there too. It is our hope that the teachers are not knowing what's going on. So that is like a big thing that we want, is just full open communication all around, so that everybody's aware of everything that's going on. So we will try our best to communicate with that board email that includes all of the teacher reps, and then you all can disseminate that information down.
Yeah. Our next, it will be back to school.
Sorry to interrupt you, Maria. So just should we look out for a message from one of you guys about
I will send the
email
after we finish today, and I will send an email so that way you will have, so you can send it to everybody. And also In case that you need, when you're like being together with your like primary, middle school, upper L, whatever, if you need somebody for PTSO, please let us know. Maybe if you want to clarify some things or to explain things that maybe in the meeting wasn't very clear enough, please email us and maybe we can drop in and we can step and say, this is going to happen or this is the dates. So that's also an option that you may have.
Sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome. So the next topic, it is back to school and walk roll to school. And I recommended to don't walk. Renee has last day she was running behind everybody. So my recommendation is go to either scooter or bike. It's going to be in Lincoln Park at 7:30 if I get wrong. And I know Mr. Ben, you always there, and that's super fun. So maybe this time we can have like more music or I don't know, some ideas that we might have to make more noise to go to the school or making fun. So if somebody has ideas that we can put it all together, it will be super fun because we love to do that, at least on my family side.
I know Andy's on the line, or Kari from they have kids here that they participate and really help organize the family. So they want to jump on and share a little bit about that.
Yeah, and we can maybe have bubbles on the way. I love bubbles. So for the Hispanic Heritage Month and celebration, it will be October the 9th. In case that we can find the option to bring the people, it will be at the end of the school, so around 3:20 when everybody's in dismiss. And it's not mandatory, so the teachers doesn't have to get involved. If that happen after we talk to Dr. Plenty, the idea is where the tent it is just to put some tables, have some chips, have some salsa, the performance in case a performance comes, to do any some things to do manual, like make a little piñata or something like this. That's the idea. The idea is not to be super extravaganza. It's just to be like, hey, this is what the celebration there was and that. So it's nothing that the teachers have to do. In case that you want to present something that you did during this month, it will be great. But if not, as I mentioned, it's going to be just a festivity to remember that we just have the Hispanic Heritage Month. And then we have our in-person community meeting. So that also, we have to see how we are going to be able to host it with the parents that they need childcare. I remember once Miss Molly say that she can help taking care of the kids. So I have to talk to her again if she's still willing to do it. And maybe other teachers or parents, either way. And Sherry, I don't know if you want to jump in something. And then for Fall Festival, and it's going to be the end of action. So we have a lot of questions for what time is going to end, what time does the action is going to be. So the committee of Fall Festival is supposedly to have a meeting and to decide the time sets and all the logistics. So just hold on a little bit. And for the teachers that are going to give some items to the auction, with Teresa and Stacy, they are recollecting everything. Well, more Teresa, but just to let you know to Stacy, because that way she could put it in the website. I don't know, Stacy, you want to tell us a little bit more how good the auction's going?
Sure. So for those auction items that we're going to be, we're either going to live bid them, like with the audience auction, or we're going to do silent bids for various things for the classroom projects. We haven't decided that yet, but it'll be one or the two. So those ones won't necessarily be up on the auction website, but we'll probably have a table with the items from the classrooms. So I haven't received any. I don't think we've received any requests for materials or funding for any materials from any of the teachers. So if any, I know Miss Wiley's not on here, but if any of the, if you guys need anything from that, let me know. But hopefully everybody's working on their projects for the class. And Miss Saavedra, you guys are not participating, right? Or are you? Is the upper?
Well, I had like questions, and I even talked to Maria, like, what can I do? I haven't been into one, so it'll be if you kind of like, oh, and then I didn't know we had like a support from you, like to get the materials and all that. So,
So we've got, I mean, as far as like a classroom gift, there's a lot of, and we can recirculate it again. There's like a lot of classroom gifts that, or classroom projects that you can do, like their little fingerprints with their names written out on trays. That's a big one. There's one that's like a lampshade where they can decorate a lampshade. Anything that gets
it's just one item, right? Not like all,
yeah,
like every kid makes one. No,
it's one item that the whole class can participate in, and so they all kind of feel a sense of ownership and participation on that. So,
and when do we need to turn in that project or whatever?
By Fall Fest. So you've got until the 25th. So you've got 22 days. And if you need, or any of the teachers need any sort of reimbursement for materials to do that project, let me know. And yeah, we've got a small budget set aside to be able to do that. But
I'll work on something.
Those items will more. Yeah, that would be it would be appreciated. And then as far as other outstanding, like other items that some of the teachers are doing, I think we've got a sip and paint from one of the teachers. Mr. Ben, you're also doing, we're not going to do the dunk tank anymore. The dunk tank was a little expensive to rent. And so we thought maybe a pie in the face. Are you still okay with that, Mr. Ben?
I thought I was off the hook there.
I hope.
Yeah, sure.
No,
whatever
you're
you
definitely
need to do,
not off the hook.
whatever you need to do to help raise a little money, I'm in.
Thank you.
Amazing. You've already raised $25 right there. So if any of the other teachers want to participate in the pie in the face, it's just going to be whipped cream. I'll give you goggles so that nobody gets hurt. So, but that'll be another one of.
Yeah, I'm confident a lot of people are gonna want to pie me in the face. So.
Well,
we're good.
You should also be confident in a lot of bad aim, so you'll probably be okay.
Okay, I'm hoping for that.
Yeah.
But I'll ask
exactly. And it's just one. It's whoever wins so we put that one on the online bid.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, so you'll know in advance. Maybe you can start apologizing if you need to whoever wins that bid. I don't know, but
right, sounds good.
But yeah, we'll have those listed on there, and then the teacher, the classroom projects will have those either silent auction or live auction. And then as far as at the Fall Fest, at the live auction, we'll also we'll have a couple like of those tickets. We've got the Cyndi Lauper tickets and the Mariah Carey tickets. Those are some of our bigger items that we'll just live auction off for anybody that wants to participate that way. So that way we cover all of our auction bases. But just so everybody knows, on the auction website right now, we're still uploading things. My poor husband has been doing all of this on the back end, actually uploading all of these. And every single time we get a new one, it's like a whole process to get it uploaded. So he's like, you got to cut it off because we keep getting more and more donations. Just fantastic. So we're stopping soliciting at least donations on Sunday. We are up to 171 that are posted on the website. Literally in the last 2 hours, I think I got 5 more, which I know he hates to hear. But people really want to donate. They want to give to the school. And so we've got some really great items on there. And our total right now in donations, and again, this isn't all of them, but we're up to about $35,000 in donated items. And we're about to $7,000 in bid items, in actual bids. So if we stopped the auction today, that's how much we would get from it. With that said, most of this usually heats up towards the end of the auction when people really jump on. And so our next focus of the auction isn't going to be to solicit bids, but to solicit people getting on the auction and bidding on items. So that if anybody has any ideas on how we can push out that link, we've got some really cool. We just got Beat the Bomb in. It's that one game that basically people go in, and if they don't do the little game in time, then like paint explodes on you. And there's just so many Harlem Globetrotters tickets came in. There's just so many really great items on there. I'm blown away at the generosity of our community. So any ideas anybody has, let me know.
Stacy, hi, Amanda.
Hi.
Would it be something that we could put on the website or on the to highlight certain items? Would that be unfair to others, or could we have a tickets, sheet so that people know that, oh, we've got Cyndi Lauper, we've got whoever, and so that they would see that, as opposed to having to dig through the entire 172 items to see that, oh, they're concert tickets. Maybe we could do a couple of.
No, the good thing, I think so, it is in the website. It is
or the website or the Instagram, or in the on the Friends of Montessori, whichever, just like little sheets. I could help. I don't know if Trini is something like that.
Yeah.
I can help you with that.
That would be good. You can join our WhatsApp group. But what we've been trying to do, and I know it takes a lot of time, but is to highlight kind of groupings of them. So there's a lot of birthday parties in there. That's like one section that we could highlight to everybody. Hey, if you like wine, we've got a ton of wine, a ton of vineyards that participated.
Oh.
That'll be another one.
Sports
camps. There's like.
Got you. It's done.
Yeah, but those are all efforts. No. Those are all efforts that we need help with. I don't want people to only hear from me. I'm very deletable when it comes to emails. I get that. Whenever you see my name over and over and over again, it's like, oh God, what does she want now? So I'm happy if anybody ever wants to jump in there and just send an email out to the friends group and just say, hey, saw this really great auction item Teresa did the other day. That's huge. That helps immediately. And it gets just getting people on that website as soon as they are uploaded all their information. It's very easy to bid and to continue bidding. So everybody please jump on there. There's really great items on there. I think a lot of them are going to go for discounts too, so you get a good deal.
Thank you so much, Stacy. Alpha wants to say something. Yes,
I just wanted to ask if Stacey, if you were planning on putting a list on the website of what would be live and silent auction on the day of, just so that way people can also get excited about that. Because I know that people are reading through the list, but also being like, and these are the things that you can budget for, and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a really good idea. I can probably put it right on the auction website itself online and just say, hey, we're also going to have live auction items, and then we can
and it's like a flyer, featuring, without having to list everything, but just saying like concert tickets and, vacations or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Yep, we'll get some of those materials updated. Our biggest push right now has just been collecting all these donations.
Yeah, of course.
But we can we're going to pivot over starting next week to really pushing everything out. And I'm going to have tons of flyers as well. So if anybody has any would like to help post any of those flyers, I would gladly take
I will help you. So moving forward a little bit with the fall festival. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut a little bit the auction here. Sorry, for STEAM, do you have STEAM has any activity that we can do for fall festival? Corey, there's any plans that we can do for fall festival for STEAM committee?
Sorry, neither of us are going to be able to make that date. So I'm unable to support that. If I can try and make a call, I can see if there's any volunteers, but the date doesn't work for us.
Okay. It will be if in case that somebody step in, if you can make the call, so maybe somebody step in and they're very eager to do anything STEAM, I think will be a great opportunity to present something related to. So if in case
outdoor I mean, is the event outdoor or indoor? Because that also affects, if I can find a volunteer, what kind of things we offer.
So we have things that will be indoors mostly, and there's like other stuff that might be outdoors. So it will be depend on where you rather prefer to be, or what are the supplies that you might need, or for instance, if you need electricity or you need open air, it will be like where the stand or steam could be.
Okay.
Thank you. So moving forward, we already talked about LSAT, and that will be in another meeting. And then there's like has been some parents say that it was lice in one of the classroom, and how the nurse will proceed. So I don't know if it's somebody here at the teachers or somebody who has more experience in this situation, how actually are the protocols in order to when that happens. So the nurse check all the students, or how actually goes.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the protocols, but I bet Dr. Plenty knows that really well from her experience.
Okay, and also a quick question: what does the nurse? Well, maybe I can ask to Dr. Plenty, because there are like times where the nurse just call the parents, and I myself I have realized that doesn't do a triage. Like even there was one time that my daughter was sent home, and I asked personally if she'd take the temperature or see the throat or something, and she said no. So I'm like wondering what actually are the things that she can do or the things that she cannot do. So maybe I would address it there with Dr. Plenty, unless that somebody knows actually what the nurse can or cannot do.
Yeah, I think that is a good one to also share with Dr. Plenty, because I think the way nurses are hired and their processes as employees at our school looks different than just being like a teacher level. So I think that's a good thing to bring to her to get an understanding of that.
Thank you. And also, this is for the teachers. For International Day, how are we going? Because last school year we have to postpone it, to cancel. And we're hoping that this school year doesn't happen again. So if you need some help with our International Day, please let us know how we going. Who is in, I don't know.
Yeah, who is leading International Day this year?
Because last year was Miss Price, but I don't know this year. I haven't heard anything also.
Maria, we're asking you.
Me. I mean,
you're asking us who's leading it.
I mean, I'm asking the teachers, because I think International Day is something for the teacher. The teachers actually are the one who make the International Day, and we as a PTSO, we do the potluck. Alpha, please help.
I'm pretty sure that Mrs. Guyton,
okay.
Molly Sloss Guyton, was with Miss Price last year, or at least was previously, that she was part of that planning process. And I say that because she was Calder's teacher, and I remember talking to her about it. I don't know if she's volunteered to do it again, but she was definitely someone who did it in the past.
So in the side of the teachers, does somebody it is having the lead of that?
Yeah, we need to figure that out. But also, I just wanted to double check: is the date supposed to be the 21st, or is it Friday the 22nd of November? Does anyone know?
Right now I don't have it in the tip of my finger, so.
No, that was more for the teachers. Maria, I wasn't sure if maybe they knew.
I don't know anything. Like I said, I'm sorry, I haven't heard. And like I said, Miss Price was the one leading last year and the previous year. She was the one that was putting us, and also Miss Wiley. But since she's also not here, I don't know who's leading this year.
So there is like we have to actually push forward to that. So maybe some of the teachers, we can talk also to Dr. Plenty to see who will be in charge of International Day. And then for our side, this, it is the potluck after International Day. That's where we step on it as a PTSO. And then actually also the aim is to have a movie night that day.
Yes. So the thought is that we will have a movie night during or maybe shortly after the start of the potluck. And we're hoping to do a culturally related, yeah. Oh, well, definitely the potluck, but no, the movie. We want the movie to kind of tie into to the theme as well. So we will follow up with Dr. Plenty next week when we have that meeting, just to solidify that, and then we'll circle back with the teacher reps for the different grades.
Yeah, and also if some teachers that they have heard or they know something, please talk to the others one, because I think it's getting closer and closer and closer. And I know that you have to actually prepare to International Day. So
the other thing is, it is, from what I believe it was the 21st or the 22nd was the last date that I remember, because it's supposed to coincide with, and maybe one of the teachers can help me, it's supposed to coincide with something else that's going on that week for the school. I can't remember what the name of it was, but I believe PA had mentioned it at some point. But that is also the weekend right before Thanksgiving break. So I think we just need to keep that in mind too, timing wise.
Yeah.
Can I put my foot in my mouth, though, Maria? I could be wrong, but I don't know if all the continents were represented last year. I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, I apologize.
Well, last year wasn't really continents. Remember, it was
last year
like
wasn't even
International
Day.
Yeah.
The year before was the Amazon. It was
Okay.
based upon the river Amazon. So no, not all the continents were represented because it was an ecological.
Right,
focus.
that's true.
Come here, Sasha.
We
Come here.
were in Japan the year before. But what I was gonna say is, I mean, there are 56 or whatever, countries in Africa. I hope that one will be, if it's country based, I hope at least one from the continent of Africa will be represented. That's all I'm gonna say.
Or maybe that's just something that we can vouch for as well.
Say
Every
again?
continent should be. I think that's something we can vouch for when we have the conversation, because I do think that while it is more of a school-led thing, I think that, I mean, the PTSO, I know most of us on this board are more than happy to help out in whatever way we can. So
absolutely.
I know there was one class, I think it was last year or maybe the year before, that like the teacher was out of the country doing something, and so like we gathered together and got food to make sure that their class was able to to make sure that their class was represented. So just to the teachers, whatever you all need, honestly, whether it's like Maria said, coming to a meeting or helping out with International Day, we are here to help out in any way that we can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And also that I want to put in their minds for all the teachers. It is, Airbus Experience Center by now. You were there in your back to work, and they're having another invitation for. I still doesn't know how actually they wanted to proceed, but they're inviting students to go there. Maybe 50 students for all the class, for all the school. Sorry. It could be, I asked today Ruben, and he told me that they can hold like for 5 years old until 13 years old. So for them, the age group, it's okay. And the possible date that they're giving to us is the 5th of December. So we have to figure out how and whom and all these things to use to invite the kids to the Experience Center and to do activities there. They're like offering, because they have this community involvement that they, as a company, they wanted to do. So because they know that it is that you guys have a good experience, they want to share it also with students. And also STEAM could do something that day. It will be the 5th of December. So just to put it in your minds that it is invitation. I also am going to send that invitation to Dr. Plenty and to all the teachers reps, so you can figure out how we can do it, or to whom will be more convenient to address this invitation.
I have a suggestion on this one.
Yep.
I think as you share this with Dr. Plenty, you could just an idea, you could suggest that our elementary science teacher be the lead on this one. She sees all the lower L and all the upper L classes. She could identify students through whatever process she would like that gets a chance to go on this special trip. And she could work with our middle school science teacher to select a few 6th, 7th, and 8th graders too. She would need, obviously she needs to be up for it, but I think that's Miss V.
Miss V, yes, I already put it down on my list. Perfect.
I love that idea.
Cool.
Thank you for suggesting it.
Yeah, no problem.
Also, I'm just wanting like out of the bloom, in case that you want to bring your students, we can organize a field trip there. So if you wanted to, for now, so for 2025, if you want to go and to organize to visit Experience Center, just email me and I will make it happen. Have good connections there.
I have a separate idea that made me think of it after Mr. Steinberg said Mrs. V. Ms. V, is that perhaps she could help do something with the Fall Festival and STEAM. If the STEAM folks aren't available, it might be a really great way to engage her since she's new to the school and perhaps has a lot of good ideas of things to share with kids that are STEAM related, fun experiments, etc.
That's a very good idea. Thank you so much for bringing it up. So now we have our gear website, and I know that Teresa Senker apologized to not be here. So the update that she has, the website is in process, and the vendor has the entire list of items that we will offer to start, like shirts, sweaters, tote bags, etc. And it will be working on putting our logo to the stock photos so that photos can be fit in the website and when the designs are all done. And once the website is built, the items will have their wholesale cost, and it's up to us to price them. So whatever we mark it up, we choose and we're going to keep that profit. So the estimated website day to be ready is about in 2 weeks. So yes, that will be very soon. So that way we don't have to actually go through only one sale. So if people wants to buy more things, we're thinking to do like a couple of things very affordable, like T-shirts, this kind of stuff. And then more fancy stuff, we can price it a little bit higher. So that way we can have another profit. But the idea it is to be able to be more affordable to everybody. And then also,
quick question. I know that we were talking about getting the mascot integrated into, or just making a mascot visible. Is there an existing actual mascot, or I know it's the butterfly or the
monarch, no? The monarch.
The monarch butterfly, but then there's
the
also
monarch butterfly or the lion.
Or the lion.
Yeah, there was a conversation about transitioning from a lion with a crown, which is, not so inclusive, to the butterfly, which is not hierarchical and power driven and scary, all the things. So
is it something that we could think about introducing into some of our gear, or just as a thought? I mean, it might be maybe we could come up with a logo. I mean, maybe there's a competition amongst the kids, or some way to begin to think about that, not necessarily right away, but going forward to introduce that butterfly into all of our,
I think by now it will be super complicated to change.
No, not now. Like down the road, like begin to think about how we can begin to not change, but maybe add, or even
I think Amanda has a really good point, and my question with that is one thing is our current logo, the one with the building that's kind of split up, is that copywritten in any way? Is that something that the PTSO owns? Is it the school? Like who owns that logo? And so the question for changing it or adapting it or modifying it in any way is like, who do we have to talk to make that happen? Can we just do it if we want to? Like, what limitations are there in us making those changes? I think it's a question for the future, but I think it's, to Amanda's point, which I agree, we need to figure out
But
what
it could,
questions to ask.
but I think that's an excellent point, Alpha. But it could even be as simple as adding a butterfly into that, like butterflies flying by the by the building or something like that. It could be modified.
Or the top of the building.
Or the top, yeah, something. So just a thought for everyone to kind of create school spirit around that mascot idea.
I have to confess to tell something. I didn't know what was the school mascot.
Right. I don't think many kids do.
The closest you
Or
have
adults.
is in the gym. There's that image that has the lion with the crown and the butterflies as a transition between just the lion with the crown.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe Carrie, maybe Connie, like, do you know more about that transition and the timing of that since you've been at the school longer?
So historically, it was the monarchs for the butterflies. And then when we moved into the new building, I think they introduced the lion theme with the crown.
I heard it the other way, so that's funny.
No, partly that was because I think the idea of having as I understand, having competitive sports is a lion was perhaps more compelling from something to cheer behind. But the butterflies were originally picked because of the idea of children being part of a metamorphosis and a growth process from pre-K 3 going through to 8th grade. And so that was sort of the rationale behind it. But
that all makes sense. So,
that all happened before that selection of the original one happened before we were part of the community. So
that's helpful background, though.
We have to go through the archives in order to find out how can, and then to go through it. So before we finish our meeting, all of things that gonna go on hold a little bit. I want to address also with Dr. Plenty about the mosquitoes in the playground, how we can get rid of the water that is in those barrels that is under the tent. I think something that everybody has suffered, at least our kids have suffered to be there with a lot of mosquitoes. The water is very disgusting. So maybe how the school can change that either for sand, or how we can put lids in order to don't have the holes to the mosquitoes make their eggs. So yeah, that's a thing that we have to work. So from updates for committees, communication is not here. So the only thing that I can say on her side, it is the Instagram has been very active lately, and also she has been sending emails every week or every 2 weeks in order to put all the informations together, and also is working on the website. Right now I have no more information about how the website new image is going to be, but so far she has been changing and put all the information in one page. You don't have to go through everything, so it's more clarified and more easy to navigate. For fundraising, Stacy has been mentioned about the auction that is going and the Coffee Monday that I think people who has been going to drop off the kids, they can see that actually parents want to stay a little bit longer, and one of the parents make the suggestions, and maybe we can put some chairs on some tables in order to stay longer and to enjoy a bit more. And I think that's a great outcome of having this something that is there all the Mondays. So and people are starting to donate more besides donuts, so which is super nice. And there is another idea for fundraising that maybe I have to also address with Dr. Plenty. It is in February doing and dance or a run lab marathon with the kids in indoors, and that there's a company named Booster, and they offer to do that. And in February or in January is because the prices are lower. So maybe we can try this lower price and see how it actually goes. And the kids can have fun running or dancing. So that's another idea for fundraising. Also, Stacy what else do we have for fundraising?
We've got the fall bulb fundraiser that is up to $122. We've got 12 days left on that one.
We have
And then, yeah, you had mentioned once the auction is off my plate, I'll be able to look into more restaurant nights and
yeah,
the one-offs like that we can all do. So.
Also, speaking of that, our city state on that Friday, it was very successful. A lot of parents went. So far, I don't have how much we make for that night, but we already planned for November, the 8th of November, another gathering. So that's
and
another.
Also, I did just want to say, for the first one that we did back in the summer, it was $230 that we got for that one.
Do we have any idea what the percentage is that they give us?
The 10%.
City state?
10%, and we still made that much money.
10%. Okay, that's yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so I think it's 10% of like everything, not just our purchases. It's every purchase that's made from anybody within city state during
Right,
that
because
time frame.
they don't ask you who you're affiliated with when you buy.
Exactly.
But still, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean
Yeah.
that's nice.
So if we have that event, also brings community, also brings things to do, and I think it is
claw machine things.
Yeah, God, can we get a ticket?
If only we could get money from those cards. Honestly,
I know
the amount of money that we all spend to get those cards. If we could get even if we got 2% of that, I think we would be making a lot more.
Exactly.
Than 230.
Exactly.
That would be nice.
So for garden health and wellness, Alpha, tell us.
To Saturday from 10 to like 1. I'm gonna have to leave a bit early, but Maria has offered to stay a little later, so thank you for that. But we're gonna do some massive gardening. We're gonna clean out the shed. We're gonna have a contractor and a builder who she left. Oh no, Amanda's here. Amanda found for us. Amanda did the drawings and the sketches for us. Thank you so much, Amanda. So we are going to have an organized shed, which is amazing because right now it is a comedy closet of tools. And so we're going to do that. We're going to do some weeding. We're going to do some mulching. We're going to do all sorts of things that make it better and prettier and more functional. So join us. It'll be really great.
Also, we were wondering in case that we can do some hot dogs to bribe the people who wants to come over and help. Maybe we can donate some hot dogs and somebody can do the grilling thing that would make, I don't know, appealing for the community.
Hey, so, Alpha, I have a question. You remember Tim used to do the thing with the mushroom caps and the kids would sell them. Is that something that we're going to do with the edible gardens?
So we were not planning on doing with edible gardens just because there's the time that most of it comes in is not the time when the kids are at school. Okay. But the mushrooms we are going to they have to be inoculated and we're going to re-inoculate them so that they can be ready for the spring. But that's a seasonal thing. They stopped producing and without any good reason. And so the folks who did that, who are the people from Forested, they're going to come back and re-inoculate those mushroom beds and we'll have those mushrooms again to do that sale with. Okay. But in terms of the rest of the things we plant, we don't really plant anything that has enough volume. The mushrooms are something that really just keeps going with volume. Uh-huh. Otherwise, we have like cherry tomatoes and we've tried to sell them and nobody wants them.
Yeah. Is there a way we can just like reach out to the community and say, hey, these are ripe for the picking? Like, come on site and
we have done that and people do pick
I always
them,
feel bad going over there. Okay.
You shouldn't feel bad, but people do pick them and that's the whole point of that garden. But we've never we tried to sell them and nobody would buy them. So yeah.
That way
and the rest of that's the only part of the gardens right now that would be anything you can pick from because we have dogs peeing on everything else. So I wouldn't want to actually have people consume anything that's on the ground.
What about the figs? Like the
figs can be eaten, but there's not enough of a crop. The trees are only 2 years old, so it's like yes, but not yet, right?
Okay.
And we have persimmons planted. We have we're planting apples. We have a whole bunch of things planted, but nothing is mature enough to fruit enough to be able to then sell. It will
soon though. Yeah.
I mean,
but it's gonna be amazing.
Right, but right now we have like, think of them as like pre-K 3 and they can't write an essay yet. That's sort of what our burden is.
I love it.
Thank you. And then we have our middle school. Miss White is not. I know. Mr. Ben just left. And he sent us an email saying he had parents to maybe cooperate with the fall festival and the hunting hallway. So that's great. I don't know for STEAM, something that wanted to share. Committee STEAM.
No, I mean, our focus this year is going to be on the science fair, and Mr. Matthews working on getting the specifics for that. And once Ms. V kind of gets up to speed on things, then we'll reach out and engage on the elementary science stuff. But we were waiting until the beginning of school activities kind of got underway and they had gotten through the first few weeks. But the big ask would be making sure that parents get volunteer clearance, so that we can have volunteers when the events happen in the spring and the winter. So that is an important part of making sure the science fair is successful.
I have a question. Does also primary will get involved for science, or is only upper and L elementary?
I don't know how the science is being structured at the primary level. I thought in the past, usually it's been incorporated in the classes. When we've had STEAM events, that's certainly, we try to have activities that can engage everybody. But as far as I know, the science fair has focused on elementary and middle school.
Okay. Thank you. Yep. And so because Ms. White is not here, so we cannot have any update for AVAR. So I don't know, Renee, want to say something about the budget or
something about the budget?
Or I don't know, I think
I was messing with you. I just said something about the budget. No, I just want to thank everyone for the patience and, for just being timely. The teachers have started to request reimbursements or advances, or I'll make purchases for them. So we're back on track, and it feels good to have more this year to start them off with. And so I just, as we go through the budget, I will say we did have a budget line item that was unexpected, and that was the cost of this Zoom plan. That was $508 or something weird. Not allocated because I didn't realize we had a cost. So it was in the treasurer to email, so I didn't have access. So with that being said, I'm definitely going to work with Meredith to look up maybe a less expensive plan for us, because that was hefty.
It is huge.
Yeah.
So with this, that amount of money, what we can do in order to actually make sure that we get all of it.
Yeah. Also, I did want to just talk about too. We have gotten thank you so much, Renee, for heading this. We have gotten back our certificate of insurance to use the school. So if we do want to do a Saturday event, we are good until October 14th of 2025.
Thank you so much.
Sorry. I just want to say thank you for doing that. Like I handle that with my job, like the insurance stuff, and I know it's a freaking nightmare. So I just want to give you guys a hat tip and kudos for that, because I know it takes a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I will say a little more of a headache was the business license, but we are renewed for another 2 years.
Amazing.
Okay, so I think I don't know if Ms. Porter wants to say something or add any concerns that maybe primary team has.
No concerns, but you were asking about science, and primary does have science as a specials this year. But it's like the first semester is the first 4 primary classes, and then the next semester is the other 4. So they are having science now as with Miss B as specials.
Nice.
That's the only thing.
Thank you, Ms. Ford. For lower L, we don't have anybody. What about upper L, Ms. Saavedra? Anything concerns or
Just talking on behalf of Mr. Gamba. He has since he's new, he was late on his email and all those things, so he didn't know anything about the budget, and he wanted to get some things. So I heard just Renee saying about the reimbursing some teachers. I don't know if he also has like his tickets that he has put it into his classroom, little things, is that available, like for him to get the tickets and get reimbursed? And
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay,
he has up to $500. Absolutely. What I
yeah,
need to please send out, and if you guys can help me spread the word on the reimbursement link, it's a Google form, so it helps us keep better track of the reimbursements. So please, I will send that back out, and
thank
if
you.
he
Yeah,
can, thank you. Thank you for
okay,
speaking on his behalf.
okay, thank you. I will share with my team. Thank you. I
thank
think
you.
that's all for us.
And also a very quick update of Miss Saavedra situation. Dr. Plenty and Ms. Gwendolyn is already seen about the visa situation. So just want to update that that's already taken care, and we are start to bugging them in order to. We don't want you to go, pretty
Oh, I
much.
appreciate that very much. That keeps me on thinking just in my tasks, actually, not thinking about, am I leaving? Do I have to go back? Do I this and that? And like, I appreciate that support. I'm giving everything that you are asking me for.
Yeah,
So thank you so much.
you're very welcome. Sheree, I don't know if you want to add something in case we can finish our board meeting for tonight.
I'm gonna just say that I 100% appreciate all of you. I feel like already this year we've had so much more participation, it feels like to me. Everyone is really engaged. Mommy's talking. I feel as though everyone is really engaged, and I'm very excited for the school year. We've had a lot going on outside of us within the school and with the change in admin and all of that. And I just think that we have been doing a really great job, and I'm excited for the rest of the year. I'm happy that we have gotten a lot of these things taken care of. So Renee, Maria, I mean, everybody on this, every committee member, like you all have just been doing a really, really great job. All of the teacher reps, thank you so much for being here, for being present, for being engaged. And with that, we have 2 minutes to go, and I think we can end our meeting tonight. So thank you all so much.
Thank you so much for everybody. So we finished our meeting.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.